Hello everybody, welcome to the United Stands. I'm Mark Goldbridge. I said we're going to have some special stuff for you this week. It doesn't get much more special than that. Right outside the window, it's the Eiffel Tower. It's not. That definitely is the Empire State Building. A little bit of a late one for everybody. It's the latest Man United news I'm about to give it you. And look at that, right out the window. Loving it, absolutely loving it. Very good flight over from Heathrow and a few days in New York, but we're giving you, I'll be out and about. I literally only just got into the hotel about 5 minutes ago, flying all day. The latest news around Cesco, obviously some fantastic news that I absolutely love around Manchester United at the moment, and the plans around transfers and stuff as well. So yeah, very, very much tired. I think this is going out 2 a.m. UK time. It's about 7 o'clock here in the United States in the evening, but won't be when you get it, I don't think. But yeah, look, first of all, let's talk about Cesco. I need to just do that so my eyes don't get the glare. Cesco, to start off with, bit disappointed about that. But the positive I want to start off with first is this story that came out from ESPN and Mark Ogden talking about how Manchester United are going to clear the big earners and never go down that road again. So the Casemiros, potentially the Brunos, but certainly there'll be no more Varans, there'll be no more Casemiros, there'll be no more Ronaldos, there'll be no more Zlatans, there'll be no more Cavani's, there'll be no more big expenditure wages on players anymore as they look to save money and spend it on younger players. Now, I personally feel that you could turn that into a negative, but I'm actually quite happy about it because the way I look at it is this. When I look at Cunha and I look at Mbeumo, their wages I don't think they're even on 200 grand a week. You look at what we paid Mason Mount, 250 grand a week, and what we got for it. So I do genuinely think that this is a good move for Manchester United, and I'm here for it. I think it's a positive. It doesn't mean we're being tight. It doesn't mean that we're not going to spend money. It means that we're going to start being a little bit more sensible, going for hungry players who can... I think my interpretation of it is, and it might be wrong, and this is why I like it, is that if you buy Cunha and you give him 175 grand a week, and I don't know how much he's on, and he does really well, in 18 months you give him 225 grand a week, and he does really well, and you give him 250 grand a week. You're always giving these players wage increases, but it's rewarded. Whereas I think over the recent years, we've always gone, come and play for Man United, we'll give you 300 grand a week. Come and play for Man United, we'll give you 400 grand a week. Come and play for Man United, we'll give you 250 grand a week. And we're not that club. We've not been near a league title in years. So we're not that club. So I think that this is a real positive. And I believe it's true. And I believe it's interesting that Mark Ogden in the ESPN is talking about that, because what did I say to you yesterday about what I was told yesterday morning and why I'm relaxed about Casemiro now? I don't think he's staying. I don't think he is. I think Man United isn't run by Ruben Amorim when it comes to wages. I think Man United like Ruben Amorim, obviously they do. They like Casemiro, but he's going to want money they don't want to pay anymore. And if Casemiro did go, and dare I say Bruno went on 300 grand a week, you've just saved yourself, 600 grand a week. That's a lot of money that you won't be paying again on other players. So I think that this approach is one I like. I know we're a little bit dubious at the moment as to what it means. I'll just go like that for a minute. We're a little bit dubious to what it means at the moment in relation to younger players, teenagers, etc., and what's going to happen with them. But I think with bringing in the Mbeumos and the Cunhas and bringing them in at 150, 175 grand a week, making them earn better wages, making them be hungry, 25 years of age. I think this is the way we need to go over the next few years. What I will say though is I don't want it to be the end of us ever paying a good wage. Personally, if we could get Erling Haaland up front and he wanted 400 grand a week, I'd pay it. If Harry Kane left Bayern Munich on a free and we needed to pay him 300 grand a week to get him, I'd pay it. I'll always pay what people are worth, but we've made that mistake for many years, and this I think is a positive. So let me know your thoughts on that. Also, I want to talk about Cesco very quickly. I will be out and about more, and I'll have better lighting tomorrow. I'll try and do it in the day so it's not like dark, but I've just landed, so it's better than nothing. People are like, where's Goldbridge been all day? I've just been stood in a massive queue at JFK Airport, and loads of people have been going, is it Mark Goldbridge? I did a little bit of a voice message for somebody. I wish I'd remembered his name because it was his sister in the queue behind me. There's a group of lads, I don't know who they supported, but anyway, very, very tired. But I thought, you know what, it's a late night one, but here we are. So make sure you smash a like and keep watching this week. But Cesco's injury, I mean, I was watching the Terry show a little bit earlier. I've got to say the Cesco injury frustrates me a little bit, because I feel that with Cesco, as a new signing, I think he's going to be fine. I think he's a good player, but I also think that this is just going to be another month potentially. And I was looking at the games he's going to miss: Everton, Crystal Palace, Wolves, West Ham, Bournemouth. Probably going to miss all of those. But people say he might be back before a month. But the problem is, when you miss 3 or 4 weeks, you don't go straight back into the team anyway. So it's going to be going back to square one, basically. Of course, it could have been worse. It could be 6, 7, 8 months like it has. I've done it again. I've flown halfway across the world and I've done it again. If you know, you know. But look, seriously, the jury is still out, I think, for some people. And he's back to square one now because he's going to be injured. And yeah, it could have been a longer injury, but we're still going to miss him, and he's still going to have to start again then. And I just think, with all the noise around Cesco at the moment, I was really hoping that he was literally going to be back on the bench against Everton and back playing. So look, it could have been worse, but I still don't think it's great, because it just stunts the development. And what will Amrim do without him now for those next few games? Personally, I'd put Bruno next to Cunha and play Mbeumo up front, or Bruno next to Mbeumo and play Cunha up front. I think we all know he's going to keep Bruno in the midfield. I think that's absolutely going to happen. And I presume he'll just play Mount, Cunha and Mbeumo. I still don't think it'll be Cesco, to be honest with you. But yeah, I'm slightly disappointed by that. But look, hopefully it can be a little bit quicker. But the reality is he's going to be out of the team. They're winnable games. And then you're out of a team that, I read something today and I thought, you know what? As much as I don't want to say it, is it wrong? Is Cesco an Amrim signing that he's obsessed with starting? We don't know yet. We don't know that. And I just answer that question because we just don't know yet. We'll have to wait and see what happens with it. But also Semenyo, I saw the David Ornstein thing that he might be available in January. We're not in for Semenyo. We've never been in for Semenyo. We're not going to go in for Semenyo. So there's no point looking at that and going, yeah, that's going to happen. So yeah, we're not going to go for Semenyo. I've just had an idea. I wonder if this works better. Yeah, I don't know what I was actually trying to do there. I was actually just trying to make it go over there like that and look out. It's still deflecting onto the screen, isn't it? So that didn't work as well as I wanted it to, and I've now got to edit 2 clips together if I can be bothered. I mean, look, this is the equivalent of midnight for me. I don't do this. I don't do this, but yeah, very impressed. Very impressed. What am I doing in New York? I just fancied a bit of a break in the international break. No, a bit of business, quite a bit of business, and a bit of pleasure, hopefully. Yeah, that sounded a bit sinister. It's really not sinister. I'm not here on my own. I'm here with people. So yeah, it's the international break, and it was an opportunity to have a break. So I'm having one. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching. Make sure you smash a like and subscribe. Give me your thoughts on us cutting the wage bill and bringing in more players like Cunha and Mbeumo, and also what you're thinking about the Cesco injury. And I'll be back with you tomorrow in the daytime, giving you some more content from New York. Ooh.